This is a 1x1 Lego plate, and this is 4,096 1x1 Lego plates. In this video, I'm going to challenge myself to transform this empty plot of land into a massive stadium with a soccer field, jumbotron, coffee shop, and so much more. Anyways, let's go. So the goal is simple: turn this empty plot of land into a massive stadium. Okay, so before we start on the stadium, I need a soccer field. So let's plant some grass. Now let's draw the lines on the field. I also built the lines on the border using a sideways building technique. Now we need, the stadium. So I built a nice base for it to sit on. After that, I built up all the interior walls. Then I added the blue seats. And the red seats. For the entry, I started by adding these sliding doors. Now I'm going to build the front wall of the stadium. And while I build that, please consider subscribing, as these videos do take a lot of work. Okay, now I can place the other 7 sides. Also, don't worry about those huge holes in the walls, they'll get filled. By the way, I got this idea from the comments, so if you want me to build something, you can ask and I might build it. Alright, now let's add the massive billboards. 1 in the middle, and 2 on each side. Also, I added these with satisfying gradients on both sides. Now let's work on the lobby. I first started by tiling everything off. Then added a back wall for the trophy room. Now let's add 2 stands with little soccer players on them. And a trophy between them that they won in that game. After that, I decided to add a barrier to keep people away from the trophy. I also built up the walls to separate it from the lobby. Now I'm going to start on the Starbucks by adding a nice backdrop and a counter. I then added 4 bar stools, now I need a logo. And what does any rational person do? Yeah, I painstakingly tried to draw the logo. And I mean, it's fine, right? Right? Get out! Okay, moving on. I added a glass case with the trophy that the winning team will be taking home today. And that's the lobby all done. So let's move on. I then punched down the back wall and started to tile off the player locker wall. Then I added the lockers on the blue side and the ones on the red side. Now let's put a sink and a toilet on each side. And that's the first floor all done. So let's start on the second floor. Now I can start by adding the windows for the Sky Lounge. This is where the rich people watch the game from. Then I added the rest of the seats for the stadium. So now we can move on to the commentary box. I first started by adding this window at an interesting angle. That's so you could watch the game a little better. Now, let's do the inside. So, I added a desk with some monitors for the commentators to watch the game. And 2 chairs for them to sit on. I also added a few more monitors in the back for good measure. And I almost forgot about the microphones. Now, let's move on to the Sky Lounge. I first started by adding a nice long table for some food and drinks, along with 4 bar stools. Now, let's add the counter for the bar. I started by adding this custom soda dispenser, along with a table that has cups, napkins, ketchup, and mustard on it. Okay, now that we finished the Sky Lounge, let's move on to the bathroom, where I added a sink and a toilet. I felt like the other side was empty, so I decided to add a storage room on the other side. Now I could add a huge Jumbotron to play some commercials on. And that's the completed stadium. So, let's introduce the 2 teams, starting with Team Sonic up against Team Eggman. Now it's time for an ad break. Welcome to Fresh Brick Market, where our prices are stacked higher than our shelves. Why pay less when you can pay more for the same carrot? Fresh Brick Market. We value your money. Huge shout out to my cousin Anya. May all your wishes come true. God bless you. And also, we are glad to have you as a part of the Garage Doors. If you know, you know. Shadow Energy. 6,000 milligrams of caffeine. Side effects may include excessive speed talking, overconfidence karaoke, random burst of energy. Looks like Shadow scores, giving Team Eggman the win. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video, so God bless and see you in the next one.